I think.
All right. What do we need?
I think we're good. The Spider-Man news that wasn't directly Spider-Man news. That was the casting of Aaron Taylor Johnson of Craven.
Yeah, right?
Which is so interesting to me because he's in the MCU. Or it was, because he's dead. So, I don't know. Either way, I do believe Spider-Man is going to be in Craven. I don't think it's going to be the other way around. For everybody asking. It's too late, unless this is really late news for us. So that's the big thing, right? Unless this is really, really late news, and Aaron Taylor Johnson has been Craven and is magically in Spider-Man No Way Home, he's not going to be. Rise Kirkwood, thanks for super chat. What's new with Spider-Man? Any news at all? Yes, that's what we're tackling right now. Pows, thanks for the super chat. Hey Warren, since we've gotten new suits for maybe all the Spider-Man movies, you think we'll get a new suit for No Way Home? If so, which one? I do. Yes, that is my official answer. I do. I'm not sure which one because. So the biggest thing about like No Way Home and Far From Home was that, like Tony Stark wasn't there, but he's still like Happy was there and he still created the new suit. Pepper and Happy are still there, and they're gonna still be there in Spider-Man No Way Home. It's not like they're disappearing. And yes, it might be kind of hard for people, for Spider-Man to see people like his friends and stuff like that, but at the same time, like Happy's gonna help him. Like, Pepper would help him if he showed up. You know what I mean? Like, they're still gonna be there, so he's still gonna have access to Iron Man tech. Now, here's what I think might happen. I think that due to the multiverse and everything kind of going crazy, the whole identity thing might not matter. Like,
oh, that could reset in seconds.
Too much chaos to care about, hey, who's Spider-Man? Because at that point in time, it'd be like, Spider-Man, save us. Mm-hmm. And then, it would actually be pretty cool if everybody knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man. Because people know who Iron Man is, right? They know he's Tony Stark.
They know who everybody is.
Steve Rogers is Captain America. Why not take it down that path to where everybody's just going to know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man? I mean, to me, I think that would be pretty cool.
That'd be a different way of doing it, and it looks like Spider-Man's here to stay for a while. So they're
for a while, yeah.
They're definitely gonna be trying to put their own stamp on it from the other movies. Even if they're bringing the other movies in here, it's got to separate. It's got to be its own thing. So that would be a really cool way of changing it up.
Yeah, it really would. AD, thanks for that super chat. I wish I knew that currency to know if that was like a really big super chat, because it looks like it is. But even if it's not, thank you. And if it is, thank you. There's a rumor floating around that Spider-Man will become Man-Spider, and he Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man head off. Is that true? I've never heard that, but I'm gonna say it's not true. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's not true. So, but yeah, so. We're getting a preview for No Way Home tomorrow, I think, right? It's Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, I never know what day it is anymore.
Yeah, and the preview isn't going to be a trailer for all those asking. I stated that in my video yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. It's not gonna be a trailer, but I do believe the trailer's coming soon, and we're going to get to that. But tomorrow, it's coming in Total Film Magazine. If you caught my video yesterday, you'll know this, but... There's a picture of Loki in the cover, and it says Marvel Preview at the very top, and then it lists a bunch of different movies, and Spider-Man is one of those movies. Now, as far as what to expect from this, which is what I want to talk about because I want to kind of like set expectations, I wouldn't expect much. Excuse me, and this is what I said in my video yesterday. I wouldn't expect much. I would expect a little bit about the plot.
Synopsis almost.
a synopsis of some sort, maybe a little bit more in-depth synopsis than anything that we've gotten really so far. But I think we are going to find out a little bit more about the movie. I would not expect anything relating to the Spider-Verse multiverse. I just don't think that's going to happen. I know we want it, but they're not going to reveal something so big in a magazine,
That's
right?
just not the way the world works.
So like, let's set the expectations right now. Nothing huge is going to come from this. Now, they say it's a preview. But what does that mean?
Right. Tell us more of what we already know. Tom Holland's back, and his adventures are getting crazier than ever.
I really hope it's more than that. I really hope it's more than that.
I mean, if you're Marvel and Sony, and you know the world is all eyes on you, you know, as far as cinematic epicness and anticipation goes, all eyes are on you. You've already told everybody on the cover of this magazine there's a Spider-Man sneak peek.
Right.
What are you trying to relay to your fans through this magazine?
Right. And Total Film has partnered with Disney and Marvel.
I mean, Total Film's about as big as it gets for magazines, right?
Yeah, I mean they're big, right?
Right.
But I mean, like EW is probably bigger, Entertainment Weekly, but Total Film's huge, and they've done it for Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've done a lot. I think maybe they might mention something about the villains. This could be something that's coming because everything's like out of the bag already about Alfred Molina and Jamie Foxx. I mean, both actors have admitted they're in the movie already, so it's like, why bother hiding it?
Mm-hmm.
There's just no point. So maybe they say something about, Spider-Man's going to have to tackle villains that he himself hasn't come in contact with before, but other Spider-Man have. Like, that would be cool. That would allude to the Spider-Verse, but it wouldn't give it all away. I'm telling you guys right now, don't expect anything for Toby or Andrew. Like, that's just not going to happen. That's not what it's going to be, unfortunately, you know. It's not revealed. It's not going to be revealed in a magazine. Now, that's just the expectations I want to set. Don't expect anything huge. And then if we get something huge in the magazine, the so-called preview that they're calling it, then awesome, right? Then sweet. But don't expect it. So here's kind of where I think the trailer might just kind of come out. We could be getting it. Let's take a look at my calendar here.
Pulls out the calendar.
Pulls out the calendar.
This is a science, guys. This is a science.
So here's the big deal. Next Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't remember the exact date. What is the exact date for Tom Holland's birthday? Is it the 2nd? It's the first. So a lot of people are thinking that we could be getting it on the 1st. Because the Shang-Chi trailer came out on Simu Liu's birthday. But don't let this be the, like, what's the word? Just don't let this be the example moving forward, because that's not, gonna be how it is, right? They're not just gonna be like, okay, all the movies you have coming up, let's just release the trailers on people's birthdays and stuff like that. However, Kevin Feige's birthday is the 2nd, so that would be pretty cool if it's like, for Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios' birthday, and Tom Holland's birthday, we're gonna throw a little teaser trailer out there, right? I think that would be pretty cool, and it's about time. So it could happen on the birthdays. Now, I would say that's as soon as it's going to happen. I'm not expecting anything to happen tomorrow at all. I'm expecting to learn more about the movie from Total Film magazine. And maybe some pictures, and those pictures aren't going to be anything spectacular like Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire.
On Twitter today, somebody saying there were no pictures.
Yeah, I mean, I retweeted that too, but
Is that you? Okay.
Well, you never really know. Random accounts on Twitter, who knows, right?
Right.
Oh, sorry guys, there's not going to be a picture. Yeah, What do you know, right? Who are you, right? Exactly. You know, like if it came from somebody that I trusted, you know, yeah, right.
Son
From Total
of
Film.
Total Film.
I'm Complete Film. Total Film is my son. Maybe if they did do a photo, I would expect it like Peter Parker with Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
That's just what I expect. I wouldn't expect anything huge.
Maybe even Wanda.
So, but here's where you have to kind of take a look at everything. So, Shang-Chi is in September, I believe.
Yes.
Shang-Chi release date. September 3rd is the exact
There
date.
you go.
Then you have The Eternals, which is coming out in November. So, the trailers for Shang-Chi and The Eternals came out a month apart. And their release dates are a month apart. Spider-Man No Way Home is a month from The Eternals.
Mm-hmm.
It would be safe to assume that the trailers would be a month apart. Which means we have 3 weeks. Right? Essentially almost the middle of June.
Okay.
That's just movie math.
Honest, normal movie math.
That's just movie math. So for those asking like when to expect it, that's when I would expect it. If it comes out before, awesome. Super cool. And I hope they do it on freaking Tom Holland or Kevin Feige's birthday. Right? Oh, but wait a second.
I mean, we got a little tiny teaser for Eternals earlier.
So would they... Here, I just thought of something. Would they release the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer the week before Loki comes out? Because I have the press conference for Loki, and I believe, let me look at my email and figure out when that is. So the press conference for Loki is June 7th. Okay, so it's a couple days before. I mean, really the day before for us, because we're going to do the live stream on Tuesday night. So maybe that week could be it. Because if not, it's definitely going to be probably after Loki. Unfortunately. So that's gonna...
I mean, I would understand if they postpone it a little bit from the normal movie math that you came up with and wait till towards the end of Loki. So
well, that's what
Loki
I'm saying.
Let's hype up a little bit more. How many episodes is Loki?
6.
6 episodes.
They actually haven't officially announced it yet, but
have they not?
Everyone's... Well, somebody said that Kevin Feige said it way back, like a couple years ago, which you can't hold him to that. It's a couple years ago.
Right.
So 6. Yeah.
So maybe Tom Holland's birthday we get the tiniest teaser, like 20 seconds long.
I could see Tom Holland doing something on like Instagram.
Yeah, like a tiny little teaser that literally gives us nothing.
Yeah, I could see him teasing something on Instagram, right?
Like maybe Doctor Strange finding him and being like, "What have you done, boy?" And then like that's
and because we have that one picture of Zendaya and Jacob with him, and they're all like looking at somebody, and it clearly looks like Doctor Strange, and it actually looks like they're in the Sanctum. So maybe we get that little clip where it's like, what are you doing here? What have you done? Like you said, like that. You know, it's like,
and then that's the end of it. We hear nothing else until the last week or the week after Loki ends.
Yeah.
Now that's some movie calculus.
So Roland James says Morbius, Venom Let There Be Carnage, Far From Home trailers all came out on the Monday. Well, Monday's Memorial Day. So
the first?
Yeah. So I'm not sure. Ooh. Red Ninja says Toby's birthday is June 27th. Look at that. That would be cool. But I don't think they're gonna reveal Toby and Andrew in the teaser.
No, they won't do that in a teaser trailer.
I think they might.
Almost surprised if they do it in the full trailer.
I think if they want to bring people to see the movie, they'll do it in the full trailer. But like the tiniest little tease.
Like their feet.
No, like just show them like for like a split second, like 2 seconds, like 2 seconds. And so now I'm just not sure if Marvel would. Well, I guess Marvel promoted the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They actually did. They released a full Falcon and the Winter Soldier trailer during the middle of WandaVision. Now, granted, it was the Super Bowl, and they had to take advantage of that, right? You have to take advantage of the Super Bowl. But it's not against Marvel to announce something in the middle of Loki, and that would actually probably push people towards Loki. So it could come in the middle of Loki. So I'm hoping that's what it is. But now, so the next, kind of topic. Sony cast Aaron Taylor Johnson as Craven, which is like out of left field completely.
Right. Nobody was talking about Craven anymore. Everybody moved on.
Yeah, Corey Westerholt, thanks for that super chat. Yeah, the press conference is Monday, right before Loki the 7th. Excuse me, which I'll be attending. But I think we're talking about the first here. Yeah, the first, because that's Tom Holland's birthday. So that's why we're thinking. Well, the 31st is Monday, actually. The 31st is Monday. So maybe a Tuesday? I don't know. I like the whole, it's always been like a Monday thing. Like, I like that thought. But I think I'd be more satisfied if it was on Tom Holland's birthday. I just feel like I'd be more satisfied.
He deserved it.
He deserved it. He's kept his mouth shut and hasn't spoiled anything. And Halls 182, thanks for that super chat. Showed them in the full trailer for a few seconds at the end. Then with them all web slinging it together. We're here to help you, Peter, along the lines. Yeah. I think that would be super, super cool. Now, here's what I've said before. I don't know if it's in a video or I've just said it to like friends or something like that. Or yeah, I have no idea. Here's what I think would be kind of cool. Is I just completely lost my train of thought. I think if they did it like Endgame. So, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen Endgame, which like if you go watch it right now, like if you haven't. But spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen Endgame. If they did it like Endgame, like one of the big parts was Captain America wielding Mjolnir, right? Saying Avengers Assemble, blah, 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 blah. And they didn't show that in the original trailer, obviously. But once the movie came out, like a week into it, they showed it. And like TV spots and stuff. Mm-hmm. So they might wait like a week for like the die-hard fans to go see the movie and experience the Spider-Verse. Because like the first day, once somebody sees it, everyone's going to reveal what's in it, right? Everyone's going to say, the Spider-Verse, the Spider-Verse, the Spider-Verse, it's the Spider-Verse, blah, 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 blah. And it's just going to get out, right? It's going to be all over Twitter. It's going to be all over Instagram. There's going to be leaked photos. People are going to be snapping photos in the picture in the theaters. All that. I mean, it's right. You're not going to
be a secret very long.
Past the first day, you're never gonna be able to keep it a secret. Robert Cope, thanks for that $5 super chat. NBA Finals coming. Yeah, that's a perfect time as well. That's, if you want a ton of people to see it, that's a perfect time. And Marvel has a tendency to do things like that. Actually, Marvel just recently did that team up thing with the NBA, where the NBA players took on like different heroes and stuff like that, like the personas of different heroes and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean that's very, very. I just realized that we're like kind of off the screen here. Hold on, let's move up a little bit because that looks kind of weird.
Oh, we're like low down.
Yeah. Okay. But I think so. Really, like the first day the movie's out, it's just blown up. Right. So honestly, at that point in time, you might as well put something of it in the trailers, right? Because it's almost like, what's the point? Like, you don't have to put it in the teaser trailer, and you don't even have to put it in the first trailer that comes out. But eventually, you're gonna put it in a trailer because everybody's just going to know. This is going to be probably one of the biggest movies ever.
I mean, if this is everything that we've surmised it to be, this will rival Endgame. Mm-hmm. For sure.
I agree.
About it. You have generations, several generations of fans with arguably one of the most popular Marvel characters across the board, video games, comic books, everything. So
Probably.
this is going to be a groundbreaking cinematic event if it is what it is becoming, which explains, the secrecy, the latency of releasing a trailer, trying to make sure every single dot and I, everything's crossed, everything makes sense. So 100% that hype is going to be there, and it's going to be very meticulous the way they do reveal that, which is why it's not going to be in Total Film Magazine.
No.
It's just not.
No. So tomorrow, narrow visuals. Thanks for that super chat. Miles Morales at end credit scene of the movie. I think that would be fantastic, especially Spider-Verse and everything. You don't want to overwhelm the movie because it's already seeming like it's pretty overwhelming. So you don't really want to you don't. Oops, I dropped that. You don't want to overwhelm the movie that much, but for a post-credit scene or even like a small scene in the movie where you meet Miles and he's not yet maybe Spider-Man or something like that. Like that would be pretty cool. Like I think that would be really, really cool.
They did that with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they confirm at some point Iron Man saved him in one of the Iron Man movies?
Yeah, but that was like that was an Iron Man 2, the little kid wearing an Iron Man mask. They said that was Peter Parker. But like I think they admitted like at the time like that wasn't what they were thinking of in the moment. Okay. They just went back and said, "Yeah, it's him." It's like, but it wasn't when they filmed them, right? Because they couldn't even at that time because they didn't have the rights to Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. And even when Civil War was coming out, and people are like, "Yeah, Spider-Man's gonna be in Civil War," everyone's like, "No, impossible, can't do that because of the deal with Sony." Sony owns, and then it's like, well, guess what? You can make a deal about anything, right?
Yeah.
And money talks. So,
and that's my big question, and that is, there's probably a very small handful of people who actually know the everything going on behind the new Sony Disney deal, right? Because there is some type of new deal on the table. And that's where I come in with a question with Aaron Taylor Johnson is this part of the deal with Disney, or is Sony trying to put pressure on Disney to get them into the MCU a little bit more?
Well, that's
why Spider-Man's on the wall, and that's why quote-unquote Adrian Toomes is in this trailer, and the Daily Bugle. Is this all pressure that Sony's trying to put on Disney, or is there some type of secret deal that we haven't actually heard about?
No, it's a secret deal. It's a secret deal. Marvel, if I'm Disney and Marvel, there's no way I'm making a new deal and going, yeah, you guys can do whatever you want with other Spider-Man characters, but we're controlling this. Like, there's no way. There's no way. Everything has to be, like, in sync with each other. And here's what I think. And I'm going to do a video on this soon. I think that this is going to be, this Spider-Verse is going to be so much bigger than we think it is. I think it's going to go into Sony's universe, the SPUMC, and I hate it every time I say that. They got to come up with something different.
Yeah, something way better.
The Sony Pictures universe of
SMCU.
Marvel. Yeah, SMCU, right? But I think it's going to be huge. And, there's talks about a fourth Tobey Maguire movie that we never got that could happen now. There's talks that Andrew Garfield's gonna stay in the MCU, or the Sony Spider-Man verse after.
I'm a huge fan of that plan.
Of Andrew Garfield, jeez.
Of Tobey Maguire staying in the MCU.
Yeah, Tobey. I would love Tobey.
I would love to do that.
I think Andrew would do a pretty good job too with Feige at the helm. 'Cause I didn't enjoy the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I just didn't.
Here's something. The last couple of days, I've been wondering, what is the possibility? Ooh, that was a good word. Possibility that they got Toby and not Andrew. They only needed one. They didn't get all of them.
It's a possibility, but I think if I'm Andrew and Kevin Feige is coming up to me and all the Sony executives are like, "We got Toby, we want to bring you in too. Like, think about how big this is gonna freaking be."
What if they didn't even want him though? They're like, "Yeah, we actually only need Toby."
I don't think so.
You don't think that's
I think they realize that people there are a lot of people that like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. There are.
Absolutely.
And there are people who enjoy those movies. And yes, chat, Andrew Maguire. Yes.
Yeah, we missed Just
No, it's Andrew Maguire. That's how I'm referring to both of them from now on. It's Andrew Maguire. It'll save us time. So Andrew Maguire is both of them, both of them combined. Andrew Bully Maguire. What, I don't remember what we're talking about now because they had
Andrew and Toby. Maybe only one of them coming over. I don't remember specifically where you were going.
The only one is coming. Andrew Maguire. Andrew Maguire's coming. That's it. Everybody, Andrew Maguire in the chat. And on my next video that I post, Andrew Maguire hashtag. We're gonna start this. I'll tweet it right now.
I mean, what would an Andrew Maguire even look like? He definitely has Spider-Man 3 Tobey Maguire's hair.
Hashtag Andrew Maguire on Twitter.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. If you're in my live stream.
Hashtag Cosmic Bros.
I think my Twitter handle is Cosmic Warren 13. Andrew Maguire. If you know, you know. And there it is. What is my Twitter handle? Cosmic Warren 13. Go to my Twitter and retweet Andrew Maguire. There we go.
And there somewhere.
Wait, okay. We got Toby Garfield, Andrew Maguire, and Toby Garfield. There we go. I don't think Sony and Marvel and Disney would only go after Toby. It would be such a waste to only go after one of them.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
But then you talked about this already. This movie is just, it's a mess. That's like the best way to call it right now, with the amount of people, villains, good guys, characters that exist in the MCU, characters that exist in different universes. It's gonna be a chore to get them all screen time, unless this movie's 2.5, 3 hours long. So it'll be. Yeah. It's gonna be. Crazy.
Which it might be. I'm thinking 2.5 hours. Hold on real fast. Hudson Canupe. So sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. Cosmic Wolfpack kicks arse. Y'all keep up the good work. Hey, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Cosmic Wolfpack, I like. We'll talk about this after. Let's talk about. I think we're going with Cosmic Bros, but I think when I first started, when I was 6 months into it, I called my subscribers the Wolfpack. Wolfgang sometime. Yeah, I said, "What up, Wolfgang?" I think is what I said.
Yeah.
But I think I stopped because I wanted it to be more original. But I don't know. That's what we are. We're a Wolfpack, a Wolfgang. What was the actual quote here? Wolfpack. I think the Wolfpack sounds cooler. What do you guys think? Wolfpack? Is that what we want to call ourselves? Wolfpack? I don't know. We're all just nerds hanging out. We're just nerds hanging out. Cosmic Andrew Maguire. Yes. Thanks, Zach Davis. Cosmic Andrew Maguire. Those are the characters in the movie. Cosmic Andrew Maguire. And I did say Andrew Maguire. That's what I. Narrow Visuals again. Thanks for super chat. This movie has to have Toby in it. Because why would Electro and Octo come back? Plus, the movie connects multiverse madness and Wanda. Yeah, no, all right. So, without saying any names whatsoever, and this is not coming from Disney, I have talked to people who have said, yeah, it's a Spider-Verse film. And I trust them. And I haven't seen photos of Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, but I've seen other photos. So I'm like 99.9% confident that it 100% is a Spider-Verse film because of the other characters. But just because it's a Spider-Verse film doesn't mean Tobey and Andrew are in it. And like I said, I haven't seen photos of them. I haven't seen photos of them.
Well, let's flip this around then. So what happens to Marvel, to the fan base, to Phase 4, the remainder of Phase 4 and Phase 5, if this doesn't end up being a multiverse film? If this is another Ralph Boner, here's Electro and Doc Ock, but it doesn't actually mean anything.
It's kind of good. That's a good question. It's a curious question because to me, if if I am Sony and Marvel and Disney and I didn't plan on having the Spider-Verse, I would alter my plans and have a tiny Spider-Verse.
There's got to be at this point. There's
Right?
such a huge wave of overwhelming fans.
They know. They know.
Oh yeah, they know.
They
That's
know
pressure.
what we're all talking about. And if I'm them and my plan wasn't to have these people in the movie, I would make it to where I could get them in for a brief cameo. Even if it's for like a minute, where Strange opens a portal and he sees Toby and then he's like, oh, wrong universe. You're not Spider-Man in that universe, right? And then he shuts it. And then opens another one and there's Andrew. And it's like, oops, sorry. That's another one too. You're not Spider-Man in that one either. Well, I guess he is because he's Peter Parker, but he looks different. But anyways, if I'm Sony and Marvel and them, I'm making it be that way, even if that was not my original plan, because people are gonna kind of be pissed off.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, for me, and we call it the Ralph Boner effect because, what a perfect name for this coincidence. But as a fan, as somebody who watched WandaVision, was super hyped up by the way they built it to this huge crescendo, I was just disappointed that it was Ralph Boner. I didn't think it was, haha, funny, Marvel pulled a fast one out.
I think a lot of people were disappointed.
This wasn't a good joke. You brought in Quicksilver from the Fox universe that you just acquired with all of this multiverse rumors going around. Doctor Strange, WandaVision, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and it's just some random dude that happens to look the same named Ralph Boner.
Well, the writer came out. I think it was the writer, Jack Schaefer. That they came out and they said, like, that's not necessarily done. Like, that'll kind of unfold a little bit more. So maybe they're saving it for the multiverse, right?
Okay.
I don't know.
I did on Cosmic Culture, and here's a shameless plug, today, a video talking about Deadpool 3 is going to be Deadpool trying to take over the multiverse for fun. And that comes from
I'd watch
Daniel
that.
Kaye's Patreon.
I'd watch that for sure.
But there you go again. Here we are, more rumors and trickles of the multiverse.
Well, the multiverse is the future.
Fox character coming over.
Yeah.
Like, when are we going to actually get the steak and potatoes of the multiverse in Marvel?
I think Loki.
So you think Loki, 3 weeks from now, 2 weeks from now, we're starting to get some of that multiverse. This is why we bought Fox. This is what we've got. This is where we're headed.
No, I don't think we're going to see different people like that. But I think that's going to set the precedence of, like, hey, here's the multiverse. It's screwed up and blah, blah, blah. Well, it is because we are going to see different Lokis, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
it has to be.
But we're not going to see X-Men from the Fox universe, stuff like that.
Well, no. Well, we may never actually see X-Men from the Fox universe. They bought the characters.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they have to use...
I feel like they could easily get some of the characters back.
Oh, for sure. But that doesn't mean that they want to. Maybe they just want to rewrite that completely.
Deadpool McGuire. There you go.
Wade McGuire?
Huh?
I said Wade McGuire.
Meh. Wade McGuire. There we go. I'm excited for Deadpool, but I think Sony is planning something really big. And it could be that they're going to have other movies with Toby in it after No Way Home and other movies with Andrew in it after No Way Home.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think would be insanely cool. And there's talks about that, and there's been reports and rumors about that. Obviously, we won't know until after No Way Home. But the casting of Aaron Taylor Johnson as Craven is very interesting. Again, unless this is a really, really late report, I don't think that he's going to be in No Way Home. But I do believe Tom Holland. There's too many Toms. Hardy, Hiddleston, Tom Holland. Right, Tom Holland is going to be in the Craven film, because they're not gonna kill.
So you think Tom
Spider-Man
Holland jumps over to Sonyverse for that film?
I think that's the main deal that Sony and Marvel and Disney made. I think that's the deal is Spider-Man can jump between the MCU and the SPUMC.
And that's a quote from Kevin Feige. You know that.
Right. So he said he is the only character who can jump between different universes. And maybe he was just talking about No Way Home, going to different...
Right.
Maybe they knew that far ahead that Tobey Maguire and them were going to be in this, Yeah.
Well, that is the next big question then. If we're expecting, which I don't disagree with you, to see Tom Holland make his way over to the SMCU, do we get a tiny little cameo of Tom Holland either in an end credit, post credit scene in Venom, trying to set that up? Is that still completely off the table? Because we know Sony's been fighting for that.
I think that was probably included in the deal.
I mean, we have to get a Venom and Spider-Man film.
Yeah. I mean, Sony wanted not necessarily Spider-Man, but they wanted Peter to be in the first Venom. So, with whatever new deal that they got, that comes with it. Especially with Craven coming, and I don't think he's going to be in Morbius, but it seems Vulture is, so it seems very clear that they have something really big planned. And I think with the casting of Craven, I think that's the next step to this huge plan that Sony has, and I think it's part of Marvel Studios as well. I think there's really, really, really big plans.
Oh, there's something
for
huge
Spider-Man.
Coming. There's something huge coming.
Yeah, and I also feel like that's Matthew Rivera. That's a good point. I feel like if all this stuff about the Spider-Verse and everything wasn't true, if I'm Kevin Feige, I'd probably come out and say, guys, seriously, this isn't it.
Right.
And
I would believe that. If Kevin Feige
came out and said it, I would believe it. And I'm kind of upset because Kevin Feige is not available for personal interviews for Loki. I just found out as I was talking to Disney about the press conference and doing interviews with the director and writers and stuff like that. Unfortunately, Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson and Kevin Feige aren't available for one-on-one interviews, which sucks because I was going to ask about how Loki, kind of ties into Spider-Man No Way Home, because the last time somebody asked Kevin Feige about that, he didn't comment on it. Okay. Which to me is always a yes, it does connect. Like, if it's a no, it's a no. But also at the same time, like, don't give it all away. Right? So,
he'll just do his classic Kevin Feige stare.
Just stares at you.
Kind of smiles. Yeah. Like, say one more word, you'll be deleted. Like,
yeah, right. Well, the press conference where we're going to be able to ask
everybody.
I say Loki, Tom Hiddleston questions, Owen Wilson and Kevin Feige. So hopefully I get to ask a question. I did get to ask one last time, but there's a lot of media outlets in there trying to ask questions, and some people don't get to ask them. So hopefully I get to ask one, and hopefully I can come up with a good one. And of course I'll break down everything that happened in the press conference. So immediately after, because it's coming out Monday, and the next day is at nighttime is the live stream that we're gonna be doing. So a lot of stuff coming too.
Close.
Yeah.
And we're moving.
Yeah, we are moving Monday too. So that's gonna be fun. Just Marvel, please don't release it Monday. Do it Tuesday. Release the trailer on Tom Holland's birthday. Like, please. Rachel Knight online. Imagine if Sony Marvel swerve us all, and instead of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, we get Hugh Jackman and Wesley Snipes. Oh my gosh. That would be hilarious, right? Freaking the old Blade, Hugh Jackman. I hope we see Hugh Jackman at some point in time as a different.
I don't see how we don't
alternate version, even if it's just him and not Wolverine, like just him as like a funny bystander or something like that. So, yeah. But anyways, the main topic of today was the fact that the preview tomorrow. I wanted to set expectations. It's looking like it's not going to be insanely huge. We're just going to find out a little bit more about the plot. Don't expect any huge reveals. Don't expect a picture of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield with Tom Holland. Sadly, I don't think that's going to happen. But in trailer update, it could happen on Tom Holland's birthday, which is the 1st, which is Tuesday. Maybe Kevin Feige's birthday, which is the 3rd. Again, I would not expect this. But if it happens, well, I'll be super excited about it, obviously. But if you go by movie math and you go by with what Marvel's done in the past, it should happen in 3 weeks. So, like, right in the middle of Loki, pretty much, right? Which would work, or the NBA Finals, like some people have said, which I think would be a pretty good idea, because if you want people to see it, that's how you would do it. And then Aaron Taylor Johnson is cast as Craven. I think this is big. Thank you, Noel Blake. Appreciate that. I think this is big. I think the casting of Craven is going to be really, really, really big. I think the Spider-Verse is about to be something really big. I think the plans for it are a lot bigger than we realize at this point in time, especially with people stating that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire could be sticking around after. And that's like a big thing to me, is like Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire could be sticking around for further projects after No Way Home. So I think we're all about to be very pleasantly surprised with what they have in plan for us, or in store for us. So, and again, like I said, I've talked to people who usually are right and do have like people on the inside, and they've said yes, it is a Spider-Verse film. I obviously won't say who, but they've said yes. They've said it's a Spider-Verse film. So I think we're not ready. I think we're not ready for it, but we'll see. We'll see. But that's pretty much the news for today. It's cool that they got Aaron Taylor Johnson, but it's also weird because he was like in the MCU, but you know, he's gone, and now he's in the SPUMC, which might also be able to get into the MCU, which is weird.
We need some answers, and we need them soon.
We definitely need some answers. Maybe we'll get a tiny bit of answers tomorrow. Maybe. So tomorrow I will be covering whatever is said in Total Film Magazine. Whatever the article on Spider-Man is, I'll definitely make sure to cover and talk about. And hopefully we get something, right? Promotions obviously are kicking in with the film now, and people are starting to, you know, talk more about it, and the trailer's right around the corner, and hopefully something comes out tomorrow. So, but that's it for today, guys. Just wanted to do the show again because I know a lot of people have been asking about it. So instead of doing a video today, I was decided just to do the show, say hi to everybody. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Appreciate the super chats for all those who did. Appreciate everyone who commented, and appreciate everyone who just is sitting there in the background watching. Let's go ahead and stop any super chat that might come in now, because there's a little bit of delay. I don't want to miss any super chats. So so let's see. Spider-Man film. I don't know what the correct term is for that. Spider-Man film? Spider-Mans? I asked this before on Twitter. I think it's Spider-Mans. I actually think it is Spider-Mans. Because that's...
Spider-Man is a title,
It's
right?
a title.
So it would be Spider-Man's.
It would be Spider-Man's. It would be a Spider-Man's film.
Grammatically.
On that note, before I make a fool of myself, I'm going to end it and look out for my video tomorrow and whatever the heck we're going to find out about Spider-Man No Way Home. Whatever Total Film says, that's what I'll have for you. So, everybody's Chris over at Cosmic Culture. That way.
Go get a Stormbreaker.
Be sure to subscribe. We're giving away Stormbreaker right here. A new one, not that one. That one's mine. Can't have it.
That's my hard work, not yours.
My hard work, not yours. But yeah, at 31st Monday, we are picking a winner. So be sure to subscribe to Cosmic Culture. And love you all. Thanks for stopping by. Woof woof. Bye.